Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Doll Miniverse. Today I'm going to be making a Moses basket for a baby doll. One of my Barbies has just had this little baby. I got this little guy from eBay, little one of a kind baby doll. Can move its arms and legs, it's the cutest little thing. Just the perfect size for a newborn for the Barbie doll. So I'm going to make him a Moses basket cot to sleep in. Okay, so there's a free printable to go with this video, and it's just wicker basket effect, and you're going to need to print 2 of those. You can find this on my blog at dollminiverse@wordpress.com. The details are in the comments below, so take a look there, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're there for more upcoming doll and craft related videos with lots more free printables. So to get started, I'm using an A3 piece of white card. You can use any sort of cardboard, cereal boxes even work fine. This is just what I have here today. For those of you that don't know, A3 is twice the size of an A4 page. It measures 16.5 at the longest edge, inches that is, to 11.75 inches. So on my piece of A3 card, I'm going to come up from the bottom 2.5 inches, which is the exact width of this ruler. And I'm just going to make a line right across. I'm going to find the center, which is, this is 16.5 inches, so the center point would be 8.25, which is right here, and just make a little mark. So this piece is going to be the body of the cot. I want the cot to have a hood on it, like the way a Moses basket does. So I'm going to draw that approximately 3 inches up from the middle of this line. And that's going to be the middle of the hood. So I want to draw a semicircle type shape here, and I want to keep it as symmetrical as possible. That's why I started with the middle point of it. So just take your time here. Pencil would probably be your better option. And pen. Once you're happy with how that looks, go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so because my card is quite flimsy, I've cut 2 to glue them together. You don't have to do this step if you're using thicker cardboard like cereal box or something like that. I'll just glue these 2 together. Okay, so you don't need to worry about any pen or pencil marks on this because it's all going to be covered up. At this stage, I take one of my wicker printables, lay it good side down, and draw around this. This is why I'm saying it's going to take 2 of the printables, because obviously one of them isn't fitting here. I've drawn around it, as you can see, with the pen. And then I've drawn an extra line just about 1/2 inch away from it to give us a little bit of a border right the way around. And then just continue that for the extra bit that you'll need to fit on the end. Again, leaving a little bit of a border to give you a lip to fold over and give you a tidy edge. So cut those out. Apply with glue. I've made little slits into the corners of the border, here and here, to make it easier for us to fold. Just make sure the glue is applied right out to the edges, so we don't have any edges or corners sticking up. I'm also going to make some more slits, which I should have done before I applied the glue, right around this section here, just from the edge up to the line. Again, that's just to make folding it over easier and neater. Apply it on. moving over to the next bit, make sure the wicker is going in the same direction and try and match the picture up as best as you can. That way any joins will not be as noticeable. Okay, for the next section, I'm going to need a bit more wicker paper as I want to cover the inside of the basket hood. I don't need to cover the inside of the sides. You'll see why later. I just need enough to cover the inside of the hood. Use this bit, I think. Draw around it, and maybe about ½ an inch on each side. We don't need to leave a border this time. And we'll just come down. We'll leave a border on the bottom part. Cut it out. So now that's the outer piece of basket finished and the inside of the hood. For this inside of the body part, I'm going to use felt. Now if you want to use a gender neutral colour like grey or lemon, that's fine, that's entirely up to you. You can use pink if you want to do it specifically for a baby girl. In my case, I am doing it in blue because it's specifically for my baby boy, and blue is what I want. So I've cut the felt down to size just by measuring it. It's quite thin, you could double layer it if you wanted, if you don't want to see the image through it. I'm going to use hot glue at this stage. Okay, so just pop it down, line it up as best we can. Now you'll see that I have left a little space, about ½ an inch on the end, and that's just to help with the adhesive when I come to assemble this cradle. So to assemble the cot, keeping the felt on the inside, we're going to curl it round, making sure it doesn't bend, just help it to curl. Give it some assistance. Just curl it round, and then with this little space I left, that's going to be hot glued on here. Now as soon as you do that, it is going to spring into a circle shape. Don't panic about that, that'll be fixed in the next step. Right now our only goal is to assemble the sides together. Quite generous with the hot glue this time because I don't want this springing out back into the shape that it wants to stay in. So at this stage we can use something to clamp it together. So I'm just putting on a couple of clamps here to hold that in place while it dries. Give it a few minutes to make sure that dries and make sure it's securely held together. Okay, so whenever the glue dries, take the clips off again. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to shape our cradle into the traditional oblong shape just by shaping it with your hands. Make sure this piece is centered, what's going to be our hood. Take another piece of cardboard. We're going to put hot glue around the edge of the bottom of our cradle, and we're going to hot glue onto the cardboard. Make sure you have it in the shape that you're happy with and press it down to the cardboard. Just hold it for a little moment. Okay, when you're happy that that's dry, take your scissors and cut around it. Take the cradle, draw around it on another piece of cardboard. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. This is what we're going to use as the basic shape for our mattress. Cut it out inside the line drawn because we want it to be smaller, small enough to fit inside the gut. You might need to keep tweaking away at that till you've got it the right size to fit inside the cradle. So this is going to be our mattress. So what I'm going to use for padding is cotton wool. You can use wadding or whatever you want to use. I'm just going to cut this, again slightly smaller than the mattress. Okay, so now I'm just going to hot glue that on. Take your leftover felt. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger than the mattress. To give me enough to fold round underneath. I'm also going to do some little slits around that will help me to fold it down. Keep it lying face down and centered. I'll start applying hot glue to the tabs that I've just made. And start bringing them over one at a time. Nice and tightly. And just work your way around. Okay, so now we should be left with a padded mattress, like so. Try and see which way it fits best in here. It's going to be that way, so we're going to glue that in. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slit down the hood in the center. My slit is about 1.5 inches long, and I'm just going to use this to fold the hood into a curved position, like so. Okay. What you can also do is take a little bit of a slice out of the cardboard so that you don't have too much of a bulky overlap. So we'll do that, and we'll just pop a little bit of hot glue along one edge. We'll do the overlap. We'll put a clip on for a moment. So now we have the basic shape of our cradle. I'm going to add some detail to it. This is a ruffle lace ribbon that I got from eBay. It has pearl detail along the top and a lovely ruffle effect, and I'm going to stick that around the edge of the cut here. Just measure to see how much I need and cut. So I'm just going to use hot glue along the top section of this and I'm going to do a little bit at a time. So now it's completely lined on the outside with the ribbon, and it's covering up any joins on the outside, which is fab. So I'm going to do the same with the leftover piece on the hood of the cot, and it's going to go around like so. So I knitted a little blanket in baby blue wool, chunky wool. Pop that in there. I haven't got around to doing a pillow yet, but I will. In the meantime, we'll use this little pink one. Also got little mini bows here in blue. I'm going to place one right in the centre of the hood. I'm also going to place ones just at the joins here, corner. Next we need to make some handles for the basket, and for that I'm using twine. So I'm going to take 3 pieces of twine, knot them together at one end, and I'm going to braid them together same way as you would braid hair. You might need something heavy to hold that end of it down. So when you think you've got it long enough for a handle, knot at the end of your plait. Cut off the excess at both ends. Make 2 the same length. So we're just going to fold those into an upside down U shape and stick them into the edge of our basket. For this again I'm using hot glue on the knots. So there we have our basket. Next we're going to make a stand. For this I'm using square wooden dowels. These ones I got in a pack this size from eBay again. They're just slightly over 3 inches long and just under 1/4 inch thick. So I'm going to use these to make a frame, and then I'm going to paint. Okay, so to make the stand, I'm going to start with 3 of these. Place 2 horizontally and 1 in the middle, and glue them together. I'm going to make 3 of those. So for the 4th side, I'm going to lay 2 horizontally again, and this time I'm going to stick 2 vertically away from the edges, spaced out nicely, like so. Okay, so whenever your pieces are dry, they're easy to assemble. This is going to be your base, and these 2 are going to be the sides. We don't want the base sitting directly on the ground, so we want to glue it a little way up the legs of one of the sides. And I'll just glue the other legs, the other end of those sticks, and we'll glue the other side on. So this is our final piece of our puzzle, and we're going to glue it on about half an inch down, like so. And that's it, done, our basic stand. The next thing to do is paint it using acrylic paint. I'm going to use brown. Okay, so here's our painted stand, done it in a nice dark brown. And here's our Moses basket, and it just sits on these two horizontal bars or the support for underneath. You can put it on either way, really, whatever way you think it's going to sit more securely. It's actually sitting more securely that way for me, with the support rods going that way. So that is our Moses basket and our stand, made from scratch using cardboard, some little extra embellishments, felt, wooden dolls, a knitted blanket, and my little one-of-a-kind baby. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, share and comment below. I always read and respond to all of the comments. Please also do click that subscribe button for more doll and craft related content coming up soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.